What is up, everybody? Today I am out on the kayak. It's Halloween. Just got done work. I might have missed the tide window by about an hour, but with winds being under 10 miles per hour for the end of October, I had to take a chance. You know, tog season in the inshore around me kind of ends once the water temp starts to drop. They start to move out to those wrecks. So figure, what the heck, let's give it one more shot before the end of the year, and we'll see what we do. So I was a little hard pressed for time for bait, so I got some frozen sand fleas that pulled out of the freezer that we're going to try and use. All right, so today's one of those weird days where, oh, let's not hit that. The water is much warmer than the air temp. It's a brisk 50 degrees out right now. Water temperatures at least 63, but let's I got a frozen sand flea on. Let me kind of change my positioning. There we go. Wind's kind of coming at my face, so this is gonna be one of those days where I'm gonna have to pedal. Can't really sit in one spot like I'd like to. Well, that was quick. Holy smokes. As soon as I hit bottom, something grabbed it. There we go. Oh, I had a feeling these tog would be fired up. Now that's a little guy, but you gotta start somewhere, right? Even if this little 9 inchers our start, the only way to go is up, right? That's how you gotta keep telling yourself that. And I'll tell you what, these guys are slippery, especially sitting in a pile of water. There we go. All right, so I might actually try and keep my bait suspended, and in hopes of finding a larger fish. Sometimes I feel like the smaller fish congregate towards the bottom, where you might get some bigger ones that'll be up a little higher in the water column. Oh, that quick. Little hit. There we go. A little better one. Oh yeah. Like I said, man, that ain't no giant, but a little better. As long as we keep going in that right direction, man, I can't complain. Not gonna lie, I think the first drop I had here, I lost a striper. Had a very similar feel to a striper. Yep. No, tog, I think. Wow, that's weird. That maybe they're mixed in with the tog. Alright, so that's weird. That last fish was a tog, but I'm thinking there might be some stripers mixed in with them. Such a interesting tog hit, if I'm being honest with you. Usually they're a little bit less subtle. Oh, there we go. That's a tog again. At least I think it is. Yep. That's actually not a bad tog. Look at this. Whoa, he's probably about, I don't know, inch or two under. Probably an inch, honestly. All right, so far it's been a good move moving from our first spot to here, because the last 2 fish I had were actually the 2 biggest we've had all day, so that's a good sign. I know there's some mondos mixed in this time of year. you know, before that water drops and the big guys move offshore. You know, there's a few that are around, but you really have to pick through your fair share of throwbacks. But I feel like that's how that type of fishing goes, honestly. Kind of like sea bass. You get to a wreck. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. And he's got me in the structure. I can feel it. Gotta get him out of it though. I think I got him out. This is definitely one. Oh yeah, look at that. We'll net him. Look at that. That's a mondo. I knew we had a, and that's why exactly why I netted him. Look at that. It'd have been a fish story. That's exactly what I'm talking about. These guys, which that's a legal tog in the state of New Jersey right there. They are fun to catch, man, especially light tackle. That's a beaut. Tell you what, man, that last fish just cemented my feelings that, you know, I'm glad I came out for tog one more time. All right, let's get her down to that little strike zone. It's funny, I feel like they're 10, 15 feet off the bottom. When you're in that little area, like as soon as I close the bail, if I get a hit right away, I know I'm in that zone. If not, I know I'm a little bit above where I probably should be. So we'll let it down another 5, 10 feet. Should be in there, that strike zone now. Yep. Oh. They're just toying with me at this point. There we go. Got him that time. And every once in a while, I'll kick it off the structure. That way it doesn't give them a chance to get back into it. If it's just a bridge piling, it's one thing, like a cement piling that usually doesn't have like rungs or anything for them to get stuck in. I'll kind of hug that position, but if it's like a wooden piling or something that has multiple pieces of structure, I'll try and keep them off of it because they have the home field advantage in that type of structure. They know exactly, like every nook and cranny they could hide in. And the big ones are really good, honestly, at it. You know, that big one we had earlier ran me right in between two pilings. You could feel it on your line and you could hear it too, like the strain. Those fish know how to, you know, fight once they get hooked because they've been down that road before, I guess. Where the smaller ones will kind of just go with the flow. And I don't think they have the strength to really get where they need to go. A little further down. Alright, trying somewhere different. Maybe might find something bigger, might find a different species. Ooh, that's a hit right away. That felt like a different species. Be honest, that didn't hit like a tog. Wow, a little tog. Felt a little different, I don't know why. With togs being real plentiful, I'm kind of being more selective in how I'm fishing for them. If we stayed where we went initially, I probably would be at like 100 fish, and that's not an exaggeration. Like, they're so schooled up, there's so many small fish around that you can literally just go there and just drop every single time and catch a fish. But started to move out to some deeper spots to try and find some bigger ones, and it did pay off so far, because since we moved to the deeper water, we've found 3 keeper size fish. Another thing you could do if you're you know, getting frustrated catching a ton of small fish, you know, scan the area. Like, I'm fishing different depths right now. It seems like the bigger fish are slightly suspended up above the smaller fish. Like, I'm not going all the way to the bottom. If I go all the way to the bottom, guaranteed I'm gonna get a hit right away, but it might be, you know, something small like that. Oh, that was a good hit. Jeez. You know it's a good one when they just grab it. It felt like, that felt like a nice size tog. Ooh. There we go. Oh yeah. That was a nicer fish. Might be a striper. By the head shake, I'm thinking striper. Could be wrong, you never know. Could be a really nice tog. Could be a phantom sheep's head. You really never know. But I'm thinking striper, honestly. Oh no, tog, nice tog. Damn, son. Oh, that's another keeper size tog. Look at that. Now what kind of stinks is when these guys open up November 15th or 16th, man, you can keep, I think, 5 or 6, but right now you can only keep 1. Only reason I'm not really keeping any tonight is I got trick-or-treating I gotta get to my little kid, so it's gonna be a dash back to where I launched and try and get a quick shower before I take my daughter out trick-or-treating. So kind of like don't have the time to mess with any fillets or anything like that right now. But I'll tell you what, man, it's hard to beat this type of fishing. You almost are guaranteed to catch fish, and I know nothing in life is guaranteed, but this time of year there's just so many tog around. Oh man, that's a good one. That you literally have crabs. Look at that guy, holy smokes. You got crabs, frozen sand fleas, pretty much any type of natural bait in a jig and some structure, and you're gonna have fish. Look at this guy. That's another keeper size fish, man. That's actually a hoss, man. That's like a little football. Jeez, man.